AITA for fighting with my mill about not wanting kids at my wedding. I am not oop. Oop is you. Various beat 2198. Originally posted to r. Am I the asshole? AITA for fighting with my mill about not wanting kids at my wedding. Editor's note. Added spaces for readability. Trigger warnings. Emotional manipulation. Controlling behavior. Less than. And NBSP. Original post December 11, 2023. I-21F is getting married to James Chapter 24M in January. Since the beginning of the planning process, James and I have both stated that we do not want kids at the wedding. This is where the problem starts. My soon-to-be mill has a large family with a lot of kiddos under 10. They are her sisters and brother kids, so my fiance's cousins. When we brought up the fact of us not wanting kids at the wedding, she flipped out on us saying, why wouldn't we? Don't we want to be surrounded by family, etc. And told all her sisters what we had said, which then turned into people harassing me and James into having kids there, because what's the purpose of the wedding if we don't want family there? This isn't the first incident of mom trying to control what we do either. She wanted to make sure that people that neither I or James knows just because they are old family friends. We were bullied into not having a destination wedding because not everyone can make it and it'll be our fault if they can't go. I have been trying to keep her out of the loop of planning for as long as possible because of her attitude towards everything we choose to do. I have people telling me I need to get over it and just deal with kids or whatever it is she wants, because she is still the mother of my soon-to-be husband. There have been many times when I have even thought about not having a wedding because she wants to treat it like a family reunion. So AITA for being upset that she's wanting to do whatever she wants. Verdict. Not the asshole. And NSBP. Relevant comments. Anatariel Lefi. No. You are well within your rights to be upset that your wedding plans have been taken over by your mill. However, let me ask you this. Have you given her justification to think she has a seat at the decision table? In other words, are your in-laws paying for the wedding? If they are, then stop that. Pay for it yourself. Or cancel it, if you do not want to be beholden to what your in-laws want you to do with your wedding. If you are not taking money from them, then have your fiancé be the one to communicate what you will and will not be doing with the wedding. If you don't want kids, do not have them. This is your day, primarily. And there is nothing wrong with having a kid-free wedding, if you so choose. If your original intent was to have a destination wedding, and you were going to pay for that yourself, then maybe revert back to those plans and then all of your problems are solved. It may mean changing the dates and postponing a bit, but then the people you want at the wedding will be at the wedding. With all of these suggestions, there is one pretty important key. You must let your husband to be deal with the communication and enforcement of what you both decide. If you try to play that role, you will be seen as the problem. You have to be a united front with your husband taking the role of communicator with his family. Both of our parents gave us money for the wedding, but not a significant amount. About 90% of it is still being covered by us. My parents haven't had any issues with our choice and neither has Phil. Just Mill. And NBSP. Update December 13, 2023. First, I'd like to thank everyone for their advice, although I would like to go back to the original idea of a destination wedding. We already have a couple things that we would not be able to get a refund for or reschedule. As far as my mill goes, James and I talked about it and read a couple of comments together and realized he needed to put a stop to his mom. He called her and told her point blank, no matter what you want, we will not be having kids at the wedding. She obviously did not take well to it, but eventually calmed down and said although she's not happy about it, she'll just deal with it. Lol, hurts doesn't it? Anyway, thanks again to everyone. Hope this is the update everyone wanted. And NBSP. This is a repost sub. I am not oop. Mill is just warming up. She's not going to give up manipulating just for one groundstanding. She may concede the wedding, but she'll come back stronger. Holy run-on sentences, Batman. Obviously we don't know the size, but a 21 and 24-year-old paying for 90% of a wedding themselves is damn impressive. Weddings aren't cheap even if they are small. The groom standing up against his mother? What a spine. She gave up too easily. There will be kids at this wedding. We will see. I bet with or without an invite, there will be a miscommunication, and all the children will be there. They are 21 and 24. There are already kids at the wedding. Lol, the MIL's last sentence. You'd be deluded not to get security because she'll tell everyone to bring their kids anyone. Because they won't reject you at the door. NTA. I feel children just will come to the wedding. Kind of surprise from Mill. Be easier if they just elope, to be honest. Why do I get the feeling that Mill will just deal with it by telling her relatives it's okay to bring kids? Hope that Oop shared that thoughtful comment about the husband needing to be a united front and taking the lead on addressing the mind's overstepping. If he doesn't rise to the occasion, then it's going to be a continuous issue. Yeah. Once you get past a certain ratio of kids to adults at a wedding, it starts to resemble a kid's birthday party. There's children running around and misbehaving. A cake, presents, and even a bunch of people up on a stage that probably resemble birthday clowns to the little ones. Especially with some of those go-doffel bridesmaids' outfits. Am I right? A lot of families treat weddings as family reunion time. This is pretty standard in my area and in my family's. But it is your wedding, and if you don't want children there, then you don't want children there, and that's it. It's not wrong either way. Good for you for staying with what you want, kindly but firmly. We will see Oop and R, just no MIL. Oop will soon be a regular contributor on R, just no MIL. I may be alone in this. You are free to do as you please in your wedding. But if you exclude your cousins from your wedding for being young, you shouldn't be surprised if you will end up with a lot of unhappy relatives. Same with a destination wedding. You are free to do as you please, but you should know that you are putting a financial burden on people, many of which might not be able to afford or would strain them financially. All for the pleasure of attending your wedding. Both are decisions you should expect some pushback from and some hurt feelings. Emo. This isn't finished. Oop is too young to get married. Oop going to be back here in a few years or on Mill from hell about how her Mill won't stop meddling in her marriage and thinks she knows best on how to bring up the kids.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.